Pilates and barre class. So what I'm going to do is just flow between poses and exercises from all three practices so that it kind of just stays more unpredictable. Maybe you might use the word exciting, depending on how you feel about it. But I like doing things like this because I don't necessarily like to give big definitions and labels onto things, because I've learned so many things that I like to just integrate and use them in and out with each other without having to say, this is yoga, this is Pilates, this is barre sometimes. And that's why this format is really fun for me as well. So we're going to start with a big wide second position stance. Your heels are wider than hips distance, externally rotating your hips by turning your toes and knees out to the side. And then all we're going to do is just sweep it up, plie, lift the arms, and then just bring the arms back down and plie. Just a couple times. Plies are the first exercise in a classical ballet class at the Barre because they warm up the body by using these big muscles. The breath can change just like the types of exercises we're doing change. Right now, if you want to breathe in and out through your nose, that's fine because that warms you. If you feel like you want to exhale through the mouth at any time, that's great because that actually helps to release some tension that you could be holding on to. Let's just take about 4 more of these. Just down and up. Breathe. Just as long as you breathe, that's the most important part. One more time. And then bring it back up. Now we're gonna pivot over to your right. Place your hands on the floor and just step back in to a downward facing dog. So this is a really early down dog. Down dog is a big body opener. So ease in if you need to take your feet wider because the hamstrings or calves feel tight, that's totally fine. And then we're gonna do a little flow from plank to downward facing dog. So just press forward, a little puff up between the shoulders, and then reach the chest back. Exhale, plank. Inhale, down dog. You can keep going just straight back and forth, or you can make a little wave. If you want to play with the wave, go to your tiptoes, contract your belly like you're going into a cat, and then come to your plank. And then press back. So it's rise on the tiptoes, contract around, and then find neutral spine. And back. Let's do 2 more. And press back. Last one here. And bring it back. Softly come down onto your knees. And we're going to stay on the knees, tracking them under the hips, ankles behind the knees, taking your hands forward. There's a hug of the inner thighs here, keeping us aligned, protecting our back with inner thighs and glutes. And we're just going to sit back toward the heels, squeeze to come up. Inhale and exhale. So not only are we working our quads, but we want to integrate abdominal contraction with that as well. So I'm ready to breathe out through my mouth. If you aren't, you can keep breathing out through your nose to get warmer. Let's take 4 more. One more time. And then I'm going to turn to face you. Stay on your knees and bend your arms like a robot. If this isn't a comfortable position for you, it's fine to sit down instead, or even stand up. And then elbows align with shoulders. Make sure you've got that neutral spine, tailbone down. And we're going to take the fingers forward, fingers down, fingers out, and back up. So a little robot movement. Trying to keep your elbows aligned with the shoulders the whole time. You may find you don't have as much flexibility going down, and that's normal, and that's fine. We're just moving. Keeping elbows nice and high. Upper back is strong. So we're working the whole shoulder, and that's why I like this one a lot. Front, top, and back. So now bring it back up and do 2 little squeezes between the shoulder blades. So if you see it from the back, it's squeeze, squeeze, then bring it center and down, and then same thing, squeeze, squeeze, center and up. So just squeeze, squeeze, center, down, squeeze, squeeze, center, up. Contract in your belly, hug in your inner thighs, down, squeeze, squeeze, center. We're gonna do 4 more sets, back. If you're getting warm, exhale through your mouth and squeeze, squeeze, center, up. 3 more. It's important to strengthen our upper back because it's so good for our posture and our breath. It creates some freedom in the chest for us to accept air and to release air. So we need to keep the upper back strong. Press. This is your last set. And press, and press. And then just lower your arms and just bring your hands through heart. Lift them up. And then when they come down, we'll just sit on the heels. Let's do that a couple more times. So just press up and sit on the heels. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. And last one. Lift. And then sit on the heels and then sit on one hip. And we'll bring the feet to the mat, planting them, holding on to the backs of our thighs at first. You want to feel the sits bones, lift the heart, and then contract the belly, gaze toward the navel, relax your shoulders. Exhale, bring it up. So I'm not holding on with a death grip to the legs, just a light hold. Giving me like slight stability and maybe assistance, maybe not. Do 1 more like this. Then take your hands out in front of you and contract. So I want to look at the belly button at the bottom in that rounded C curve. And I want to see wrinkles in my shirt. That means that the belly's pushing back and not forward. Let's just do 1 more like this. We're going to add lifting 1 leg at a time as we sit up. If that doesn't work for you, don't do it. If you feel like you need to hold the thighs again, then grab them. So we're going to curl back and then lift the leg and maybe lift the arms over your head. Bring it down, curl back, and lift your other leg. And grow. So place it softly. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Place it softly. And grow. We're not only strengthening abdominal wall, but we're strengthening the back. Now, we're going to keep lifting the leg, but we're going to add a twist. So, lift your right leg. Lift the body. Twist to the right. Back to the center. As you bring your foot down, C curve. Lift the left leg. Twist to the left. Bring it to the center. Lower your foot, C curve. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Control. Remember, Pilates was actually called contrology when Joseph Pilates invented it. And so we want to bring that approach into all the exercises. 1 more here. Up. C curve. Go ahead and hold onto your thighs and roll it all the way to your back. Then bring the heels in pretty close, arms by your sides, and we're going into rolling bridges. So keep the shoulders down and then just peel it up. Curl 1 vertebrae at a time down to the mat. We want to use abdominal strength to articulate each vertebrae. One of the visuals in Pilates I learned was, imagine that you're putting a strand of pearls down on a table and they kind of fall, like 1 pearl at a time. And that's the way we want to think of our vertebrae. I think I've always liked that visual because I like thinking of my spine as a pretty strand of shiny pearls. Because I've always had, well, since I was a teenager, some back pain and back issues. So sometimes you can start to have kind of a negative thought about a place in your body, and thinking of them as like beautiful shiny pearls from the ocean made me think of my spine much more positively. We're going to go back up to a bridge and hold this one, making sure nothing's in your neck. We've got shoulders, arms, and feet. And then you might just hold this. Another option is you can come back down to the floor as we begin to lift legs. You choose, make it right for you. So if I was gonna stay on the floor, I would just lift my right leg, or more of a challenge, from bridge, lift the right leg, and then just take a little grand battement. So you take it down and up, bend and lower. Lift your left leg, take it down and up, bend and lower. Lift, lower, lift, and plant. We want to plant toe ball heel, and we're pointing the foot. So a long lengthened ankle, up and down. This is warming us up with strength, but also helping us increase the flexibility in the hamstrings and glutes. Up, down, up, and lower. 4 more. Breathe how you want, out through nose or out through mouth. 2 more. 1 more. And then just curl it slowly to the floor. Bring your feet together, knees apart. You can put one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Maybe you can feel your pulse underneath your hand. You can definitely feel your breath under both hands. And then we're going to go into a yogic version of rolls. Pilates has a version, yoga has a version. Again, we could blend them together, but we're going to do the way we do it in yoga by planting your feet on the floor. So guide your knees together, hug them into your chest. If you can't sit all the way up, no worries. Just rock up and back with, as much movement as you can, feeling C-curved and contracted in your belly. So hold either your thighs or your shins, tuck your chin, relax your shoulders, and just start rocking. So it might be this, right? You might just do a little rock. You might be able to put your feet down and push off your feet. So this gives us some foot strength. We land toe ball heel, and then we push heel ball toe. If you want, you can throw your arms out in front here and really reach. So I haven't done this in a while, but if you want, you can also try to pick your booty up off the floor. So you would pick it up and back. You gotta really contract. Let's do 3 more. I would exhale through the mouth on this one. 1 more. And then just come back up to seated in your most mindful way. Crossing at the ankles or feet, swing into one side. Come on up into your table pose. Then let's walk the hands out 1 step, maybe more like a half a step. I would say about 2 inches at the most. So we're not aligned shoulder over wrist right now. We have more of a slight diagonal. And then we're going to take the right leg straight back. We're going to inwardly rotate first, and then we're going to take a shift over our wrists to a little mountain climber prep position. So we bend to the knee and bring it up. Try to tap the elbow if you can, and then press it back. Pull and press. A lot of contraction in your waist. 1 more. Pull. Hold it here. Now we're going to crisscross it toward our left elbow. You have to do a C-curve rounding here. Contract, tap, and back. We're doing a shift. Back and forth. 2 more V's. Feel the obliques. And center. Now we're going to come into the middle. So we round eyelashes to knee to eyelashes, shift. Kick back with long back. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Pull. And pull. Take it back and softly lower your right knee. We're going to take that on our other side. So when you're ready, keeping your hands just slightly in front, bring your left leg up, inwardly rotate. Breathe in. Now we're taking the knee to the outside. Try to tap the elbow if you can. And then press. Exhale, tap. Inhale, press. 2 more. Squeeze the waist and scoop your low belly. Then we crisscross, trying to tap toward your right elbow. And back. Big twist. Your back gets to round on this one. 2 more. Press. 1 more. Now right in the middle, really contract. Feel the rectus abdominals. Nose to knee. And kick. We're also working glutes, hamstrings, back. by lifting our leg at the back. Press. One more. Shift forward. And press. Lower your left knee. Open both knees, big toes together. Sink it in to your child's pose. See how you're feeling. Hopefully your heart rate's up. You may be breaking a sweat, feeling warmer and looser. No matter what we do, we want to make sure we bring mindfulness. All three of those practices, yoga, Pilates, and Barre, involve lots and lots of mindfulness and presence. Now float it up into your table, aligning this time, shoulders under the wrists, shoulders over the wrists. And then tuck your toes, lift your knees, chest to thighs, down dog. Really let your head fall. So in down dog, we gaze either between the ankles or between the knees. You can actually even gaze up towards your navel if you know you tend to like tense up the back of your neck a lot. And just a couple breaths. Then rising onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, or jump up to your hands. Just taking a forward fold. So you can bend the knees if you want. You can ragdoll or just let the hands hang. Maybe give your head a little shake and roll. So you let that tension fall. And then slowly roll it up, finding your mountain pose. Nice and tall again. Take a cleansing breath. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, gazing up to the thumbs if that's okay with the neck, and forward fold, pressing your hips back. Inhale, hands can come up to shins or thighs or fingertips on floor if you have more length there. And then palm the mat, step or jump the feet to plank. You're welcome to stay on the toes or come to the knees, whichever suits you best. As you chaturanga, your arms are going to rub your shirt. You want to feel the shirt inside your arms. Untuck your toes, pull the shoulders down, and come to cobra. Lower back to the belly. Either press up to table or to plank. When you're going into plank, tuck the toes from the thighs and press, and then into your down dog. And breathe. So we're going to do a little combo similar to what we did in our table. Bring the right leg up to a high 3-point. We'll flex the foot. You can externally rotate here. We're going to bring our knee to the outside of the right elbow. See if you can tap it just one time. So we come forward into plank, and then see if you can tap the outside of your right elbow. Press it back. Now we're going to go over and see if we can tap our left. So come forward low and twist. See if you can tap it. Press it back up, and then we'll come to our center. Pull it in, eyelashes to knee. Press it back, and then half plank. So you shift forward. You can point your foot. Your leg is just hip height, long spine. And then as you lower your foot, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, find your way to down dog through your table or your plank. Now from here, just walk your hands back to your feet at the back of the mat and roll it up to standing. Place your hands on your lower back. Fingers can point up or down. Your wrists might not let you point them up. Don't force that at all. Lengthening the front of the body, weight forward, find a back bend. And then pulling up through pelvic floor, out into flat back and down into a nice heavy fold. Walk your hands forward and find your down dog. We're going to do that sequence on our left. So bring your left leg high, flex, turn out, really open your body. And now we're going to bring our knee to the outside. Try to tap your left elbow. Press it back up. Then come over and try to tap your right elbow. Contract, obliques. And lift. Now bring it to the center. Round spine, tuck the chin. Press it up, and then our half plank. So you come forward, you can point your foot. Try to just hold the leg up there. And as you lower your foot, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And then find your way in to a downward facing dog. We're gonna walk the hands back to the feet, bend the knees if you need to. Roll it up one vertebrae at a time. And we're gonna stay here in a standing position. I'll turn to face you. We're gonna do some little variations on a parallel rond de jambe. Rond de jambe is from ballet and it means circle of the leg. And we're gonna do a little parallel passe with that too. Passe means to pass through, but it's just a bending of the knee. So we're gonna start with our right leg as the working leg, left leg standing leg. If you can't get these arms, they just kind of move with it like a swim forward and a swim back. Don't worry about the arms. If you can't, if they're like confusing you and making you feel, then just put your hands on your hips. So you're gonna take a bend in your left knee, a plie, your right foot forward, arms can come around. You sweep it all the way to the back, that's your circle, and then you come up to passe in front. So we're not connected, we're just holding that knee up. Then you go the other way. So you take your toe back, bend the standing knee, sweep it in the front, and then lift. So it's plie, circle, up. Plie, circle, up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more each direction, en dehors and en dedans if you're into ballet terms. And bring it up and lower it back down. Now we'll do our other side. You want to make sure the toes of your standing foot are wide for a good foundation. Bend the right knee, point your left foot, take it forward, swim it behind you, and then come up in the front. Use your belly. Plie in the back, sweep it in front, and lift. Plie to the back and up. Plie to the front and lift. Check your breath. Sometimes when we concentrate really hard, we just hold our breath. We don't mean to. It just kind of happens. It's tension, right? So let it go by breathing. One more. And up. And bring it down. Good. So while we're in that balance mode, let's go ahead and take tree. Bring your hands to heart center, feet right underneath the hips. Take your right foot up above your ankle with your heel, onto the calf, or flex your foot, grab the ankle, pull it into your thigh. We want the knee back, but the hips forward. And then if you want, keep your hands at prayer or bring them above your head. You want to grow. See how tall you could possibly be in your tree balance. And then softly lower it back to mountain. And we'll take our left foot into tree. Hands at heart, heel right above your ankle, onto your calf, or flex your foot to grab your ankle. Pull it up high. If you choose the thigh option, remember thigh into foot pushes and foot into thigh pushes equally. Hands can stay at the heart or lift. You can always leave your mat here as well and go to a wall and hold on. It's better to stay in the balance holding on to something than to keep falling out, because you really don't get benefit when you keep falling out of it. Grow. And on and exhale, lower it down. And let's walk to the top of the mat, back in a mountain. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, bend your knees into chair pose. So lean into the heels, try to keep a neutral spine. So we don't want to stick the booty back, we don't want to tuck under, we want to just feel long like we did in mountain pose. Chest is open so you can breathe. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, pressing shoulders away from ears. As you exhale, palm your mat, you can step, or if you want to jump, jump. When you jump, make sure you land with soft bent elbows. So when we jump, we're here. Up dog or cobra. Up dog, you're only on hands and tops of feet. And exhale, downward facing dog. Then on an inhale, lift the right leg back up to your high 3-point. We're coming forward into cheetah and step into warrior 1. So foot comes up, there's lateral distance between the 2 feet. Spinning your back foot at 45 and lifting yourself up to a nice strong warrior one. Press the baby toe side, we call it the blade of the back foot, into the mat. That allows the arch and the inner ankle to lift. Take a big inhale, and then exhale your hands down and step back to plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, to downward facing dog, your own way. Then lift your left leg high in the air. Bring your knee to cheetah, stepping up, lateral distance, train tracks. Spin the back heel up. Virabhadrasana 1. We're trying to be square, so that means the left hip pulls back and the right hip pulls forward. Take a breath in. Breathe out, hands down, step back. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra to downward facing dog. Taking about 3 long breaths here. Coming out into plank, so you're welcome to do this on toes or knees, absolutely up to you. You can even do this in a table. These are down, down, up, ups. So we're going forearm, forearm, hand, hand. Think of puffing up between your shoulders. So it's right forearm, try to get that elbow under your shoulder. Left forearm, right hand, left hand. Now the left side. So it's left forearm and right and up. Now hold it here, and you can do an out, out, in with your feet, or a plank jumping jack. So plank jumping jack, you would just jump out. If you don't want to jump, go out, out, in. If you're in your modified plank, you can still tap out and bring it back, and tap out and bring it back. So we're going to do that for 4 counts. Ready? We'll go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down to the knees, and then swing your feet around or cross at the ankles. And we'll have a seat, sitting really tall again, feet planted. Sitting with your back up, your chest up. We're going to keep a flat back feeling, taking your hands out in front of you. Now, if you need to hold on, of course, that's always a great option. Finding your tipping point. So we have to engage glutes. We want to protect our low back at all costs. So if you don't want to go back so far, just do this seated up higher. Belly is pulling in and contracting, not sucking in, engaging in. And we're going to do 100 here. So we pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. That pumping of the arms makes the belly work harder. It's a challenge because something's moving, right? You're not just holding. But we don't want anything else to move besides the arms. Keep your neck neutral. You don't want to jack it up. You don't want to chuck it down. You just want it like right in the middle. Keep the back long. 3 more sets. Stop pumping. Come up. Find a long cobbler, like an obtuse angle in your cobbler. Feet together. Knees wide. Lengthen your chest. You can grab blocks here if you want to. Put them down between your legs or out in front of your feet for the hands or the head or the arms. And just melt down. Relax. So sometimes, when we're working our abdominals, those hip flexors in the front kind of, go, let me help you. And that's fine. We want those to be strong too. But we don't want them to do the majority of the work. And we want to make sure that we stretch and love on them too after. Really let the spine release and open. Take about 3 more breaths. And then bring it up. So let's bring the legs up together. Stretch them out long and point your feet. These are earthquakes. So we want to sit very, very tall. Take your hands out in front. And once again, we're going to find our tipping point, our working level of the torso. Glutes, abs, powerhouse. And then you're gonna breathe. So it's called earthquake because you're supposed to end up shaking at some point. And if you're not shaking, maybe you need to go a little farther. If you resist shaking, maybe see why and like look inside a little bit. We're gonna hold on. Lift the right arm over your head. Just breathe. Contract the belly. Keep your back lengthened. Now switch arms. Left up, right forward. Check posture always. Don't strain your neck. Now let's lift both arms up over the head. Grow, breathe, challenge, squeeze your legs. One more breath here. Come on up and let's just take a forward fold. So now flex your feet, lengthen the spine, bring your hands down. You can put them on blocks, legs, hands to feet, whatever works. And breathe. Melt your shoulders. Roll it up and then roll straight over onto your left side. I'm going to give you 3 options from easiest to hardest. So stretching your arm out long and laying your head down is going to be number 1. Number 2 would be to bend your elbow and put your head in your hand. And then number 3 would be to prop up on your forearm so your elbow's under your shoulder, wrist in front of elbow. Stretch your legs out long. Modification is you can bend, especially the supporting leg. The top one's going to be working. And then you can hold onto the floor gently. You can put your block here for stability or challenge, hand behind your head. We're going into développés. So we're going to externally rotate the right leg, turning it out, point your feet, draw, line up your leg, extend it all the way up, flex your foot and squeeze it down, contract abs. Point, slide up, flex, squeeze down. Just find your rhythm. We want to loosen foot ankle. So that's why we do this pointing and flexing here. 4 more this way. A lot of waist, helping out your hip. Open your chest in whichever position you're in. 1 more. And then at the bottom, keep your leg long, foot flexed, envelope, going the other way. So kick up, point your foot, slide down. Inhale, exhale. Contract the side there. All the way, waist into hip. 4 more. Hold it here. Parallel your leg. Now we're going to do a little bicycle grand bat monte. So we're going to bend the knee into the chest, extend the leg out in front, bring it back, and then you externally rotate for a big grand bat monte. We're doing a lot of parallel to turn out on this one. So parallel, bend the knee, extend, over, big kick. Bicycle, grand bat monte. Breathe, use your core. That's going to help you lift your leg in the bent knee extension and in the grand bat monte. 3 more times. One more. Good. And then let's just bend the knees, come on up and take a mermaid. So hold on somewhere to your right leg. Thigh, calf, ankle, left arm reaches. And just take a nice side bend. Lower yourself down, and we're going to flip to the other side. So sitting on the right hip, those 3 options again are head down into a straight arm, bend the elbow, head and hand, or prop up on the forearm. Legs can be extended straight or bent, top hand on block or floor, or behind your head. If you can, extend the legs. We're starting with développé, so we want some long ankles, pointed feet, open heart. Externally rotate the left leg, bend the knee, draw your toes up your leg, extend, flex, and squeeze. Inhale, exhale. My visual of moving in water. We can't move jerky or too fast when we do these types of things in the water. 2 more times. Core. Now flex your foot, envelope. So we're gonna kick up, point, bend, slide. Inhale, exhale. You're probably exhaling through your mouth at this point. If not, maybe give it a try. 3 more. And then bring it to center. Turning into a parallel, bicycle grand battement. Use your abs to bring the knee up. Pull, extend. When you bring it down, externally rotate, grand battement. Bicycle, big kick. Inhale, exhale. Really building strength in your glutes and hips. It's important. 4 more. 3. Gives you power for moving around. We need the power. It's a big place in the body for a reason. And come down, press it up, bend the knees, and we'll take a mermaid stretch. Hold on to whatever you can on your left leg, right arm up, and bend. So heart is open, shoulders are back, breath is long. And we'll float it back up. So coming up to a knee stance, if you want, you can actually do this one sitting all the way back on your heels. You could have a block in between your hips and heels. You could kneel high instead. And if none of those are comfy, you can just sit in easy pose or find what works for you. So we're gonna take the arms straight out in front, palms facing each other, elbows in line with shoulders. Bend the elbows and then press forearms and palms together. So if you get the alignment, some people feel like, oh, I can't get that with, depending on their chest. But if you work this way first, get the elbows out, bend like a robot, and then press in, you may be able to find that you can. It's okay if you're not all the way in, but really feel the compression, the contraction at the chest. We're gonna go up for 3 and down for 1. So it's like the elbow goes from the chin to the nose. So we go up, 2, 3, down, up, 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 and down. Really press hands and arms. And 4 more of these, 2, 3, and down. Always notice what's going on with your belly. 1 more like that. Then we're gonna go into single pulses, up, down, up, down. Keep your spine neutral, tailbone toward the floor. Let's do 8 more. Press in more if you can. Let your breath flow. Don't hold your breath. That'll make you tense and anxious. And 3, 2, and 1. So let's do our little flow again. So come up on your knees and then open and bring it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Last one. And sit. So let's come over into our table pose. Spreading out fingers, wrist under shoulders, tuck the toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. So really lengthening your lower back as much as possible. And it may mean you need to widen the stance in your feet. Totally fine. On an inhale, lift the right leg up to your nice high 3-point. And on an exhale, pull the knee in and step up between your hands to crescent lunge. So staying on the ball of your back foot, float the arms up, press your knee forward. Feeling nice and strong. We're gonna keep the front leg stable and bend the back knee forward, not thinking down toward your mat. Think forward in front of you. And we're gonna take a goddess arm, a little cactus. So pull the knee forward, cactus your arms, strong back and lats, and press. Pull and press. Exhale, inhale. next one. So stay here, and we're gonna do a little calf raise, releve on the right heel. So heel up and down. Don't move your back leg. This time is stable. Squeeze into your calf. Think strong ankle. 4 more, shoulders over the hips. 3, right in the middle of your foot. And 1, now stretch everything. So lengthen your back leg. And then bring your left hand down and take your right hand up. Finding that little revolved crescent, and we're gonna do a little flow with this. So bring your right hand down, step your foot back, then left foot's gonna come up, and left hand's gonna come up. Bring it down and step to plank. Right foot up, right hand up, right hand down, right foot back. Left foot, extend, hand hold it here. You can do this plank from your knees or your toes. We're gonna do double taps on opposite shoulders with our hands. So you can do this from table too. So right hand's gonna tap left shoulder, tap, tap, put it down, tap, tap. Now we're gonna do those jumping jacks in plank or the out, out, in, on knees or hands 4 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to your knees, take a little child's pose and breathe. Getting ready to set up for the other side. So come on back up to table pose. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, down dog. See how things are feeling. There's probably a difference in your sides. We've got to balance that out. So bring your left leg up to a nice high 3-point. Pull the knee to cheetah, step up to high crescent lunge. Think center of your back foot. Dig your big toes into the floor. And then our front leg's not gonna go anywhere. The back knee goes forward with the bend, goddess arms. Pull and stretch. There's a lot of effort, a lot of engagement. Tailbone is staying down toward the floor. 4 more. On the next one, we're gonna hold the bend of the knee and the arms. Calf raise, releve your left heel up and down. It helps to have a drishti, so make sure your eyes are focused. Squeeze your calf as much as you can. Balance. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your heels, stretch your back leg, lift your arms. And then we're gonna put the right hand down, left hand up, a little revolved crescent, and then we'll do it in a little walking flow. So left hand down, left foot back. Then right foot up, right hand up. Hand down, foot back, left foot up, left hand up. Bring it down, step it back, right foot up, right hand up. Bring it back, hold the plank. We're gonna do our little combo, tapping the shoulder 2 times. Right hand to left, tap, tap, then left hand to right, tap, tap. 4 jacks are out and ins. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the knees and recover in child's pose. Now float yourself up, and you can cross at the ankles or feet to one side. Come to a seated position, holding on to the thighs or reaching your hands forward. Peel all the way down to the floor. Take your arms over your head. So these are rope climbs. You can do these rope climbing to your highest C curve and coming down, or you can rope climb all the way up to a tall seated back. So modification and first variation is just walk your hands up, 3, 4, roll down like you're pulling on a rope. Or if you want to come all the way up, you just pull 2, 3, 4, and peel 2, 3, 4. You can alternate the starting hand if you want to think that hard. If you don't want to think that hard and you're just working to be able to do this exercise right now, don't worry about it, it's okay. And spin down 1 vertebrae at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, release. That's a control coming down. 4 more times. You're trying to climb up. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and curl. 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3. Let's stretch it out. So straighten your legs, reach your arms, just feel nice. Big lengthen your body. You might even let your low back come off the floor, which is totally fine. Now, we're gonna bring the arms to a little like running position or robot position, whatever you want to call it, right here by the sides. And we're gonna ease into this. So bring your right knee up, and then see if you can just lift your left elbow and the left shoulder and left side. And then slide it back down. Now bring your left knee up and lift the right arm. So we're finding rotation to work into obliques. Just twist and down and twist. So if you want to try to come all the way up, you can reach your arms behind you, and then you're gonna pull the right knee up and find those little runner arms. So we'll inhale and then exhale, pull like you're running, and roll it back. Either variation. So it's the opposite elbow to knee on this one. Pull, contract. Exhale, inhale. And let's just do 4 more. Last one, nice and strong. And lower. One more big stretch there. And then let's take some nice stretches. You can keep your left leg extended if it bothers your back. Plant the foot and just draw the right knee into your chest. If you find your chin juts up, you might want to put a block under your head so your neck can feel neutral. Hold on to the back of the thigh and extend the leg. If you want to walk up higher somewhere, that's fine, or you can just keep holding the thigh. Try to relax your shoulders. Pick your head up, a little contraction, you might come closer, and then lay your head back down. Bend the knee. You can use a block here inside your knee, so we're gonna just guide it over to the left. If it doesn't reach the floor, or this is intense, put your block there to create the floor underneath you. You can open out your arms. You can look either direction. Just breathe. Now just breathe in and out through your nose. Let it relax you. As you roll your back, hook into your pigeon. So plant the left foot, flex the right foot, and press your knee. You can stay right here if this is a good stretch. If you need more, pick up your foot, hold the back of your thigh, and just pull your left leg closer. Your elbow might press your right knee farther. And then as you release, let's take a happy baby. So arms inside knees, find the feet, the blades of the feet in your hands, and then maybe a little gentle rock. And then we'll stretch the legs. So reach your arms up real high. Lengthen your legs really long. Breathe in. And then draw your left knee into your chest. So give your leg a big hug. Remember, you can always bend the base leg if it bothers the back. Take your hands behind your leg and lengthen, shoulders relax. Hold wherever you want. Thigh, calf, ankle, foot if you can reach it. Just don't strain your neck. Now pick up your head and see if you can bring everything in a little bit closer. Keep your leg where it is and lay your head back down. So this helps us to find a deeper stretch. Bend your knee, place a block underneath. And then you can just open your arms. One side might twist easier than the other, and that's normal. Nothing to be worried about. Just don't want to ever go to pain. So sometimes we try to push one side to match the other, and that's not a good idea. As you come back, we hook into pigeon. So plant your right foot. Your left foot's on the other side flexed. You can stay here and just push the knee or pick up the right leg, hold the thigh, and bring the thigh in close. Elbow can press the knee away. And then we move into a happy baby from here. So just arms inside, hands outside. So option is to hold, to rock. You could extend one leg and then the other. You could extend both legs and just hold a straight leg, happy baby. Babies do this too. And then bring it in, and let's find relaxation for the last few moments. Stretch your legs, let them flop open. Palms up, eyes closed. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Let that work settle into your body. Let strength begin to move into a nice deep place inside from everything you've done. So it won't just go away. You don't have to do this practice every single day. But you might want to keep it in your rotation so that you do maintain your strength and maybe even start to gain some strength. But the one thing we don't want to do is lose it. Yourself up. Find some movements. Reach your arms up, stretch your legs long one more time. Maybe you feel taller than you did when you started. Draw the knees in and give yourself a hug. Find a comfortable way to come to seated, resting the backs of your hands on your knees. See how you're feeling. Take a deep breath in. Sip a little more air. A little more. Hold it. Open your mouth and let it all go. Bring your hands together at heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste.